just switched out my glasses, and today I am in my sewing room because my son is not here. So when he's not here, I could use my sewing room. But I talked to him and he said he could still hear me outside. Hi, Katie. Good morning. Let's see. I'm going to do all messages. There we go. And today we are going to be working on some Advent box projects. So if you've been following along, you would know that Carmen grouped a bunch of fabric together for a plan of a project. So one of the things that was in there was this Believe, and we're going to put that up here on my design wall. So we have the Believe panel. Now I had already made the one project, which was the table runner. Then she gave us a lot of 1/4 yard cuts, which are 9 inches. Good morning, Michelle. 9-inch pieces. And then I had to figure out what to do. So here's some of the colors she gave us. She gave us that, a 9-inch strip of that, some of this. She gave us this one. She gave us this one, and she gave us one more to go with this group setting, which is, actually she gave us 2 more, plus this. And the picture that I posted, my thumbnail has it. She had us this and this. I have opted not to use these 2. I will show you here. I don't know. We already have a blue. We have a dark blue. And then there was a giant piece of blue that looks like, let's see. Oh, I may not have any. Oh, here it is. We had a giant piece of this. I think it was 2/3 of a yard. So I don't know, it's a little close to that. And so I opted, as of yet, because I don't know what I'm going to do, to not use these. So I pulled these out. She also gave us like 15-inch pieces, 2 of this one and 2 of this one. And then she gave us a small, I think it was 4-5, maybe it wasn't even 5 inch. It was a 4.5 inch of this fabric right here, with the fabric. Yeah, leave those 2 out, exactly. Hi, Linda. So she gave us a 1/4 of, so with this said, I did not have enough to do what I wanted to do, but what I did was I added some of this, and it blends in beautifully with it, so it's not terribly noticeable. So with all that fabric, she also gave us this to go with it. I haven't decided yet what I was doing with that. And her thoughts are, if you go to her page on Facebook, she does some things on YouTube, but mostly her Facebook page. She put a project together with this using, hold on, I have to get it for you. Where did I put it? It was in my thumbnail, and of course now I can't, oh, here it is. So she gave us a Villa Rosa pattern. She in her picture has you making this project right here using this pattern, Surf and Turf. This is a Villa Rosa pattern. I did not get a Surf and Turf. I got a different pattern, which I am going to use for a different one of her projects because I'm going to go off script, showing you things that you can get a project box full of fabric and be like, it's maybe not my pattern I want to use, and change it up. But I didn't get this pattern. I got a different Villa Rosa pattern, which I love, and I'm going to use in a different way. So I'm not sure if you guys have this, or if she's saying this is a good pattern to use with this panel and pieces she sent you. I happen to own the pattern. I've done this already. I don't want to do it again. So we're going rogue. You know how I roll. Hi, Linda. It looks good. A Fabric Cafe quilt charisma would be great. Yes. Hi, Donna. So I was perusing and I was like, what can I do to show you guys what to do? That is a free pattern, something you don't have to buy if you didn't get Surf and Turf. Most of you may have gotten Surf and Turf. I don't know. You know, so I found this. Look at that. A Fantasia panel quilt. This is a free download through Jordan Fabrics. So this was designed by Donna Jordan for Jordan Fabrics. So that's what I'm doing. It's a free pattern. You can go there. So this is going to be my center. Now, her fabric that she uses, her fabric measurements and how to cut things and whatnot, doesn't work with ours, okay? Because she gives you an option to use layer cake squares or jelly roll strips. Well, I don't have either. I have 9-inch width of fabric. So the biggest cut is a 10-inch. That's why she said you could use layer cakes. What I did is I went ahead and obviously widthwise is 9 inches, so I can't use the widthwise. So I had to go lengthwise. So I cut off my selvage and then started cutting lengthwise 10 inches. So I got 4 sections that were 10 inch by 9. Hey, you got to do what you got to do to make it work. And so what I did is, hello Donna, is what I did is I did that. And instead of cutting everything individually or anything like that, you know, I love my strip piecing. You know, Fabric Cafe got me to strip piecing. So I took those 10-inch by 9. So 9 is this way, 10 inches this way. And I strip piece the pieces. This is a free pattern. So I'm going to say this is a 1-inch. And actually, I use this for inspiration. Obviously, I couldn't use it the exact way she has it written because we're doing something a little different. So this is a 1-inch piece. This is where I got from the 4.5-inch piece. I cut 4. No, I'm sorry. It was a 3. It must have been a 3.5-inch piece because I only cut 3. So it was a 3.5-inch piece that we got of this, whatever this was. So I cut 3 1-inch pieces. The rest, the 1/2-inch, went in my little scrap bin. So I sewed that to that. And then this is what Donna Jordan has it here, that this is an accent, main accent fabric. So in here, it says you need a yard of the main accent. I don't have a yard. I have about 3/4 of a yard. But we're going to make this work. Okay, we're going to make it work. So I went ahead and cut the measurements. I cut this strip here, which is the 3 inches, right? So you got the 3, the 1, and the 10, okay? And then I went ahead and started cutting just like, you know, the sizes she had. I made myself a little cheat sheet. This makes no sense to you, but I did a little cheat sheet to figure out how to strip piece this. I do this often with lots of patterns. So then the next one was an 8-inch piece, and that was fine because I had a 9-inch piece, so I cut 8 by width of fabric. I went ahead and strip piece the 1-inch and then strip piece the background of 5 inches on that, right? Now I needed to do that in 2 colorways, so here are my 2 colorways. Then I went ahead and cut a 6-inch strip, which is this, with the fabric. Again, I had 9 inches, so I cut the 6 off of that. I have the inch, and then I have the 7-inch with the fabric. And when I did that, I got this as a strip set, right? These are the small strip sets. I got 4 of these small ones. And then I have a strip set of this one. And then a strip set of this one and a strip set of this one. And then we have to cut those down into the strip sets, and she has it in there. And so I did that. And again, we're playing with what we've got. We may have to add something from our stash. So far, I have not had to. So far, I have not had to put these in. I still have some of the others. I still have a piece of this. So we have that. If you notice, This is a little different than the other one because the other one is a gray with the black and this is a dark green with the black. It's going to be fine. It's going to blend. It's going to be fine. So after I've done that, I went ahead and started looking at her pattern. Now here it shows, again, free pattern. Your first, the top and this is the sides, and then this is the top and bottom. And what I did is I looked at it, and she says to lay it out and put it, whatever. But I'm a speedy demon here, right? I don't like that word demon. I'm a speedy angel. I don't know. I'm a speedy person. So what I did is I looked for the common, this is where the teacher, mathematics is in me. I try to find the common denominator of this pattern going across. And I realized that we repeated a chunk of this border 5 times. There's 5 repeats on here. So there's, if you could see my thing, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repeats. And then the repeat ends here. So I have to just add this little extra one, which is fine because I believe I'm not going to have enough exactly. These extra pieces I can get from scraps from what I've already cut, right? Okay, so I know I need 5 here, and then I realized the same pattern was on the top and bottom, so we need 7. So I knew that I needed 10 sets of this on each side. Well, each side gets 5, and 5 times 2 is 10. And I know that I need 2 for the top, 2 for the bottom, which is 4. So I know I need total of 14 sets. So I need 14 sets of this to go in here. Sorry, a lot of math this morning. Hi, Joe. But if you want to follow along with me, this is how I figured this out in my head. So we're going to go over and I'm going to start sewing. I have not cut this down because in her instructions, she says to cut it down after you've pieced your pieces because she's right. Everybody has a different inch mark. I mean, she was fantastic. I missed her. I really do. And Matt's doing great, right? He's doing his videos. I noticed that there's a second channel now. I don't know that he had added. So when I said that there was sets, this here, let me move this. I'm going to move everything. Sorry, we're going to be moving a lot. My brain is not that awake yet. Coffee, I know. So here is like the set, right? This is what I call the set. This was the common denominator going across. There was 2 of these. Let me move this over. There was 2 of these. The 110, the 2 of these, and the 1 over. So I need 14 sets that look like this. There's a problem, though, and I'll tell you the problem. I don't have enough of this fabric right here because my piece, I had to cut it different. I actually only got 12, which means I'm too short. So I have to figure something else out. And what I figured out is after I'm done with my sets, I'm going to be 2 sets short. I'm going to make 12 sets that look identical. Then I'm going to find something, hopefully that we have here. If not, maybe somewhere else. I'm going to make 2 sets with a different fabric here. And being that this is scrappy, it's going to be okay because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with that. I am going to put that on the sides because I could put, right, because there's 5 of these sets on each side. So I'll put 2 and 2, and then the one that has the different middle will be the center of that set, and it will look intentional. It will look like it's an intentional situation. So this is where I'm at. I am doing this as we are talking. I will have to probably change different things, but for right now, this is what I figured out. Again, you probably could make your life a lot easier and just go with the pattern that she recommends for it. But, why do that when you can do this instead? Do you have any grudge? I don't. I just don't have a lot of the fun new fabric. My stash is very old stash because it's everything that I found at a thrift store. I have a couple of new things like Lori Holt, but even that's getting old what I have. Good morning, Vera. Good morning, Jessica, but that's okay. Hi, Joe, because I'm going to try to use everything that was given to me. So there may be some of that other blue or purple that pops in there. We will see, because I would like to stick with using what I have. Now, I had discussed that this fabric right now that I'm using is for the sides and tops. But then there's called corner pieces. And that's a third step that she has in there. I haven't even begun to think about the corner pieces. I know I do not have enough of this fabric to do the corner pieces. I don't think I do. I mean, I may be wrong, but I don't think I do. So we're going to reinvent. We are going to reinvent. Maybe that corner piece is going to have a half square triangle. Maybe that corner piece is going to have a different fabric that I have in the corners, because there are 4 corner pieces with 4 squares in the corner that are of this fabric that I do not have. So we will see. And maybe I do, because I do have a little piece. Maybe I can Franken piece that. I don't know. We're gonna just go with the flow of things and play a little. As I say, we're gonna play and see what we get. So I need to cut. I'm working on these. So I need to cut the rest of those strip piece units. And I have to, right now I'm putting together this little, I don't know what you want to call it, this little block issue thing that's going on. Friends, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. So yeah, so there's a lot going on. I'm trying to figure out something different. Give you guys options. Again, you guys might have gotten the surf and turf. I am the pattern that I got from Villa Rosa. I'm actually going to use in another project that she sent us. For those of you who have been following along, she sent us a spool pattern and then all the fabric to go with the spool pattern. I have a BSF Bible study to go to. See you tomorrow. Not a problem, Michelle. You go and have some fun. So what was I saying? Okay, so I don't want to make a spool. I love you, but I love Carmen, but I don't want to make a spool pattern. But guess what? Everybody who got this project probably want to make a spool project. I want to make a spool project, but I already have the spool project I'm making. She didn't know that. Using selvages. So I don't want to make 2 spool projects this year. I just want to make 1. So the spool project fabric, I'm going to use that Villa Rosa pattern that I got instead. So see, you can take whatever was sent to you and reinvent it. Nobody is good. I hope she's not going to be upset. I don't think she's going to be upset, because I think I'm showing options. I'm showing what other things you can do. And remember, she also sent us a book, a beautiful Annie's book with table runners. And again, I picked a different table runner pattern than the one that she picked. And I made it work, and it looked beautiful, and I loved it. And I brought it with me to Puerto Rico, and I showed it to you all around. Good morning, Nikki. So here we are, taking the box, taking the stuff we have, and using it. Now this blue here that I have going across, That's the 2/3 yard. I'm pretty sure this blue that was sent to us was for the spool project. Because if you look at the spool project, or you watched me open it, it had a blue border. So I'm pretty sure that this I picked here was for the spool project. But guess what? We just rehoused it, removed it, and reinvented. So now it's in this project. Because I at first thought that I was going to have to pick a yard out of my stash. But then I was like, let's see what I could do with what I've got here instead. So we're doing that. So that's where the blue came. She didn't label anything that necessarily said, well, this is for the spool project. It's just the way things I opened. So yeah, so if you're wondering, wait, I didn't get that blue with that section of stuff. That's where I got it. I jacked it from the box that to me looked like it was for the spool project. So as you could see, I cut them in sections, and then I pieced them. And I think right now I have maybe 8. So it means I need to do 4 more sets of these. All right, here we go. So I have this here. It looks like I've got to actually move this the way it's supposed to be. Let me move this. And so this goes like, how does this go? There it goes. So this would go like this here. And I'm going to take these 2, noisy chair, and put that on here. And then I already have my sets to go across. So this is no half square triangles, straight sewing, and Donna has very clear and concise, beautiful instructions. Again, I had to deviate from it and use the pattern more as a creative inspiration because of the size fabrics that I received. But hopefully at the end, I'll get to something that looks similar to my inspiration. Hi, Melanie. Good morning. Getting those kids ready, I'm assuming. So we have that here. I actually ordered some of those, rubber stoppers. Remember, I had to stop because I ran out of bobbin thread. I did order some of those rubber rings for that because none of them worked. So I ordered, and hopefully by ordering them, when I get them Tuesday, that they will work. But I took one of y'all's ideas. So one of you said that you wind your bobbins on a modern machine for your vintage machines. And I was like, I didn't think about that. Now, I don't have a special bobbin winder of any sort. I don't even know if they make a side bobbin. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't have one. But what I do have is this Grand Quilter Foff that uses bobbins very similar to the bobbin that 99 uses. So what I did was I went over, after I got off the live, turned on the machine and put that bobbin in, and it seemed to hold, and I actually filled, I think, 8 bobbins with it. So thank you, because that was a good time saver, and now I can be back in sewing, right? I can get back to sewing on that antique machine while I'm waiting for the little rubber thing to come. And it was so much easier. I may even put the rubber thing on and decide that I'm just going to wind my bobbins on that other machine because that worked out beautifully. So thank you. This is why I love lives. I love that we all collaborate together. We give each other ideas, and together we work as a community of quilters, giving everyone great ideas and comments and feedback. Love it. And so thank you, because I totally did take that that idea you gave me. The winder is actually called the side winder. So there is something called, hi Pat, I did read your email. I had all intentions to answer it this morning before I got on this live, but honey distracted me. It's all his fault. And then I saw the time. So the winder is called a side winder. So I may look at that, see if I can find one and put that on my wish list. Okay. And does it feel like the featherweight ones? I have a lot of different vintage machines. Does it do all bobbins or just certain types of bobbins? Because that's what I wasn't sure about. Let's see. Not sure. Okay. And then I have to put some of those spray bottles on because I went to spray Best Press on this. And here, let me actually do that. And my bottles wore out. They're old. My bottles wore out, and I took the water top one and put it in my Best Press this other day. And I actually have to buy bottles because I want to use that other starch and get that mixed up and ready to use. But I'm not quite there yet because I have to order more of those bottles. Yeah, I may put that on my wish list too because everybody keeps asking me. It's definitely great having the different options. I need to move this. Okay, so now I've got my sections. We're going to put the sections right to that panel and see what it looks like. Did you get, yeah, that's what I said. I got your email, read it, had all intentions of this morning doing it before I went on my live, and then honey distracted me. So I am going to try to do it before I go to work. Actually, both emails. I have not forgotten about the other email about Quilt of Valor. I just got back to the Sandy starch guy yesterday. Oh, email me your phone number. Yes, please do that though. That would be easier. If we could just talk, that would be easier. I mean, that's easier for me. As a matter of fact, we have been going back and forth. Still Myra Shaw. Hi, still Myra Shaw. So I figured you tried, Myra, to figure it out. Good morning, Norma. Oh, boy. All right, so here we go. So here's these units that I made. Okay. And I'm going to take them. Oh, wait, I have one more, don't I? Let's do this one too while we're at it. And spray that. Okay, so we have this. Put this spray over. Let's go to the design wall. I'm going to turn you all to the design wall. And let's get this going. Let's see where we're at. So we have the best I could come up with. It's still great. So I go by the pictures. So here we have this. I know there's 2 at the top and 5 at the sides. So I'm going to put 4 of these on the side. So theoretically, I have to cut this, but I'm not cutting it yet. I'm going to take Donna's suggestion and cut it afterwards. Oh, look, I do have another one. Oh, I had 4. Ooh, I didn't have to use that green one. Oh, well, you guys didn't have to use that green one. There was a 4th one. I wasn't losing my mind. I just dropped it. Oh, well. It's too late. It's already in here and it's staying there. So we have that. And then I think I'm going to put, like I said, one of these. Let me move it up here. I'm going to put one of these. And I just put that there to hold that place. Okay. So this side piece is going to have a different orange. It's going to be some different fabric there because that will make it look intentional. And we will go on this side. And this is going to be a little different if you've noticed because that one starts with the blue and this one is going to start with that. And then this one is going to go on the side. So I need one more and put that, which would be this. So it's, again, this is coming along. It's flowing. I still need to do two on the top, 2 on the bottom. That's 4. This one is the 5th one, but I have that set there. So we are going to start, we're going to move. I'm going to move you again, and we're going to start cutting these strips from the strip piece. Thank you so much. Technology expects a lot of these old braids. These blocks look like the 70s. Yes, they do, don't they? I'm not going to lie here because I tell you guys the truth. I love this that says believe. I love this sun. I don't love these hands. I'm going to tell you the truth. The hands creep me out. Again, love this. This creeps me out. My father used to be into horror films. I did not like horror films. He loved sci-fi. He loved sci-fi. He loved fantasy films. He loved vampire films, and he loved horror films. Okay? This reminds me of someone trying to get out of somewhere they've been kidnapped or put away before they're going to get murdered. I don't know why. Could be. I did not watch those shows. They scared me. But remember DVDs and VHSs, they always put like a little picture of the movie. And I'm pretty sure there's a horror film or a fantasy film or sci-fi film where there's hands on it with a creepy title. So to me, I look at this and this is cheerful. And then I look at this and it scares me a little bit. I love you, Carmen, but the hands scare me. I agree, not fun with the hands. I'm with you. Nope. My brain wants to know what it would look like with blue sides facing out and colors touching. Oh, we could do that. We love to do that. See, we're just following this. Oh, we will definitely do that. So there's another reason I have not cut this to size besides that Donna Jordan says don't do it. I am very much thinking I may find something else and not have those hands there because the hands freak me out too much. So and maybe I don't have to even make any more of these. Because remember, this is still a work in progress. So I'm glad she didn't send us the matching colors. They have this whole thing has matching colors to this panel, and they're all hands. So they're tone on tone with the hands. I'm glad she sent us solids, because I think I would have been freaked out even more. When I do this, it's not as handsy. Here, you know what? I'm just going to iron it. Let me see. Yeah, let me just iron this crease in here, because we are playing, and I am going to turn things around for you. But let's do this hands. Okay. So this panel really wants me to have those hands. It really does, because it keeps... All right. I just creased it. I thought maybe that would help. Okay. Let's put this up here, and I'm going to put that there. There you go. And I'm going to fold these hands up, because I kind of don't even want to see them anymore. They're creeping me out too much. I was going to do them with the hands. I really was. I was just going to go with the flow of it. And then I'm looking at it, and I really can't deal with the hands. It's like, I believe I'm going to get out of being captured and kidnapped. I don't know. That's the way my brain was working when I see this. Probably watched too much true crime. All right, here we are. Hi, Andrea. So here we are. I think you are correct. I sort of remember that as well. No hands. Not a fan of the hands either. Okay, so if I chop this here, there's still some hands over here, but it doesn't look like there's millions of people trying to get it out. So I don't know. We may just go with this. Let's see. So we would have this. Then I don't even have to worry, right? Because I can fill in. Let's see. I could possibly do it this way. It'll be a small quilt. I'm okay with that. Because one or two things could happen. I could find another piece and sew to make it what it needs to be. Or I could totally just get rid of the hands. So 3 of these would be the width of that. And then I had 3 here, 3 here. I could add some more of these side pieces, and we could get that. I mean, I think I may do that. Still kind of creepy. Well, if believe in Christ, then the hands are darkness, then you might be freaking out if you don't get that to the sun. But if you take the monster approach, it's just scary. I was taking the monster approach because that's all I was thinking at the time. Yes, if we're talking about believing in religion, then yes, your hands are up because you believe. I get that. We put our hands up in the Catholic Church. I get that. Wasn't thinking that at the moment. I just don't even like the hands. They creep me out because that's where I went with it monster-wise. I like the hands. They are perfect for winter, representing people reaching for the warmth of the sun. Got it. But I grew up with a dad who was a doctor who liked to watch gore, and I think I saw one too many of those DVD covers and VHS covers. Don't mention the beta covers. Remember beta back in the day? I think that was like for a minute. So yeah, for me, I think I got to get rid of that. I think this actually looks a little bit better. You still see the hands, and they're reaching up for the sun, and they're reaching up to their religion or whatever. I think having another foot of hands to me makes it creepy. So we're going to just kibosh that. All right, so now we're going to add, yes, we're going to flip them around now. That's exactly what I was going to do. So now we're going to flip them around. Now remember, this well, we'll see if we get any of that. So if we flip this around, then we have this, which actually would actually represent, like, right, the rays of almost the sun coming out. And we have more of these slices that we can add. This actually does, to me, represent like the rays coming out. So this is what it would look like if we had it changed, which is great, right? With it pinned up, flip the sides around. Oh, yes. I like the blue in better. Oh, the way Donna Jordan has it. She has it like this. So here, we'll do one side this way and one side the other way. I mean, everybody's going to have their favorite way. I'm going to say we're going to go 50-50. I'm going to say 50% of us like it with the blue in and the colors out, and 50% of us like the colors in and the blue out. So here are the two different ways that they could be. They could be like that or like that. And maybe they could be both ways. We could put blue here on the one side. I mean, we can go really out of our realm and put blue all on this side and the dark on the outside. And have okay, I like that much better. How about flip every other one? How about staggered, one in and one out? Okay, ready? We're going to do that. We'd have it like this. And then we put partial that. So then that would be like the staggered look over here. And probably, I mean, the corner piece is probably going to look like something like that if we, you know, staggered it. That actually is different too. I kind of like that too. No, I mean, I like things to be a little funky too. Do you have any orange ombre piece you could put in the bottom where the hands were? Blue's mine. No, I like it better the other way. Yeah. So, I don't have anything that's orange ombre. I'm just going to go with what she sent us so that I could show you maybe another idea of things that you could do. This blue is the identical blue in here. I know you can't see it, but on here, this blue, the reason why I decided to use this blue is because it's identically in here right there. All this light is this exact same blue. That's where, see? So that's where I decided to use this blue. So anyway, this is a work in progress. This is where we're at with this. It may change in between. We may add more to it. We'll see where we're at. That's too busy for my brain, but some folks would like it. I'm thinking the blue on the bottom and right side, colors on the top and left side. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of playing around. What I'm going to work on right now is just doing more of these sets, cutting those other strips up. I am going to cut this down. I like this better with less hands. It's too many hands. I can't. I do not watch horror films. I do not watch vampire films. Sci-fi, yeah. Fantasy, some, you know, but for the most part, I don't. So here we go. So I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to show you how I cut everything up. And it really went really fast because I got up about 5:30 this morning and nothing was cut, nothing was sewn. And and look, and don't forget, I have this. These are all the colors in there. Also, that could be integrated. But for right now, we're going to grab Oh, and I'm sad I didn't see this earlier. But hey, it's done, it's done. I'm not unpicking. Okay. I'm just going to add more of that green in. And I know I cut another piece of that green. Let me make sure I find it to put it with it. Yep. Because any additional pieces, I'm going to use this in there so it looks intentional. All right, so you would have had enough with just the black. You wouldn't have had to integrate this green in there. All right, so I'm taking this. This is a pretty big strip set I made. It is 13 inches. So I take my lovely Stripology ruler, and I am going to follow, and it's tight, follow this blue line on this white line all the way across and bring it over. And there we go. So the strips are jelly roll size. That's why she said you could use jelly rolls or layer cakes. Reason she said the layer cake is just because the biggest measurement is 10 inches. And a layer cake, right, you can get 4 2.5 inch pieces. So there we go. So this is definitely more than what I need, but I need extra side pieces for corners and everything else. So I'm hoping I have enough, and I may not even need to make extra just because I have already kind of cut the hands out, which made this smaller. And I have to come all the way over. I don't know what I was thinking. I just follow one of these, lines here. And then I'm going to come in and cut. This really does save so much time. And I have that. And then I have this little piece. And I will just take that off and save this for if I need a little side piece. Same here. See this? I just will save this for another little side piece. So I have that color. So it's looking, if I keep that I would need 3 on each side and maybe 2 or 3 on the other sides. I'm just looking at what I've got going on here. So I've already cut off of this because I did with the fabric. So now I'm just re-zeroing out. Just do that white along the cross. Let's see. I love my Stripology rollers. The few that watched my last videos saw that. Well, if you only had a few that watched your videos, I need to share that video out. I did not watch hardly any videos while I was in Puerto Rico because of the whole data and streaming situation. My honey and I like to watch some movies, right? And so I also try to keep a lot of all that. Well, sometimes we could watch a movie and sometimes not. We tried to watch the red one day, and it was going good, and then it was buffering and wasn't letting me. I bought a little doohickey that you plug into the TV, and then it puts your phone on the TV, and you could watch a movie that way. And the one night we did it, it wasn't working. But then the next day, we wanted to watch the movie, and it worked. So, but I wasn't watching much of anything because I was trying to save my data in that. I have unlimited, but it's only unlimited to a certain point. After that, it slows down. And also, if it's very busy, the network, it slows down. So I was trying to save it so that we could watch movie night before we went to bed. We did bring our DVD player, not even a Blu-ray, not even a Blu-ray. We had an old DVD player, and we brought the DVD player with us. And I had, I don't know, a long time ago, I had one in one of those Santa swap gift things. 10 romantic Christmas movies. 10 romantic Christmas movies. So I brought that DVD with us and our DVD player. Again, not Blu-ray. And we watched the 10 Christmas movies that were in there. And next time we go, we'll bring some more. We have lots of DVDs. So we're going to bring some DVDs. I'm telling you, we were living in Puerto Rico like it was 1990. It was probably not even 1999. I don't know. We were living back in the day. Hi, Chloe. Thank you, Chloe. I was attempting to explain different ways to use the ruler to achieve the same output. Hi, Regina. And, oh, we have quilting. Lori from Quilting in the Country. Oh, and Lynn is up. Well, Lynn, good morning. How are you? Okay, moving the camera. Lynn must have not been able to sleep. We are working on your Advent projects next month, because next month is your Advent box, like you post. So Lynn has from Soft Squares. Sorry, I'm assuming everybody knows who Lynn is. Lynn has a Facebook page on Soft Squares, and she does a challenge every month. This month, it's red. This month, I am not going to be able to do anything red because I have to have a lot of catch-up work, and I don't want to make anything just red. Sorry. But next month, her challenge is going to be posting all your Advent box makes. So next month, which will be February, I will be making a lot of my Advent box makes. So I switched it. I was going to do it in January and then do Carmons in February. But then when I saw that you were posting your challenge for February, I'm like, oh, I'm going to swap that. This way I get them all in. So right now I need to make, again, this little block set. So I am going to take this again, and if you have a mini design board, you could do that with. And I have that here and this. So these are all the yellows and these are all the oranges. So I'm going to continue making these block sets, and then we will see where we're at with this quilt. Again, this is a lot of different, again, this project was meant to use surf and turf, and we're going rogue on it. So I'm checking Marlon in for surgery. Well, we have to, everybody have positive thoughts for Marlon and his surgery this morning. Just think about that. As a matter of fact, I went to the doctor's yesterday. Lucky me, back on my schedule, doctor schedule. Oh, I've got to get so much blood taken. I am not looking forward to any of that. Because remember I talked about the medicine I was on, and I think we did this. And so she has to now check that I didn't get whatever it was from that medicine. Yeah, no bueno. Okay, so here we go. We're going to have some of these. This is going to be true or false. This is the myth question. You ready? Hi, Chloe. So, we did that. Here we go. Cornelius Vanderbilt saying, I am poor, I am needy, on his deathbed. Is that true or false? Cornelius Vanderbilt saying, I am poor, I am needy, on his deathbed. And with that, I am going to put these together. And actually, I didn't realize the time. It's almost time for me to go get ready for work. Boo. Because I have not sewn. For most of my vacation, I did not sew. So looking at this, it's looking like I would need 4 maybe. 4 of these sets, which would be great because actually I may not have to introduce another color because I have 4 of those oranges. Let's see. Positive thoughts. That's right. We have my body could do that. I have to read closer because I can't read this far away. I was wondering if you still had a 2-hour delay. No, I don't. I have 2 minutes to get my act together. Baltimore Estate is back at work of art. Such a work of art. I figured you didn't mean that other word, so that's why I did not say it. Because, you know, the minute I say that word, AI is going to pick that as the highlight. So, yeah. So, funny story. My son gives me a call and says, Mom, have you seen your highlight today? I was like, no. And he's laughing, and I'm in Puerto Rico, and he's laughing. He goes, you might want to take it down. And I'm like, well, how bad can it be? So he proceeds to tell me, and now I am chuckling and laughing so hard. And apparently, Honey walked behind me in his shorts, scratching his belly. He did not know I was filming. I did not know he was behind me in this short. I just uploaded it. I don't know. I rewatched it, but I guess I totally tuned out that he was behind me. And so 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we'll make an extra one. I don't want to make an extra one. So I looked at it and my son was right. So I took it down. So it's now in private mode. But I know like 200 and something of y'all hopefully just noticed me and not Honey walking behind me in his in his swimming trunks. We'll call them swimming trunks. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that was kind of I saw it too. You did see it. I took it down. Oh my God. I had no idea. I had no idea what was going on. Oh, I had no idea what was going on. And I'm over there just talking away. Oh, no clue. Look at me. I'm going to die of tears coming down me because I said, Honey, you got to always just know in Puerto Rico, I'm not in my sewing room. This is room for everyone. So if you're coming out of the bathroom after taking a shower, you need to make sure you're fully clothed, especially if you think I said, I know I talk to myself, but I don't have whole conversations with myself unless I'm on a live. Oh my gosh. So I had no clue, and that was quite funny. Oh, so a lot of you also. Yeah, it is real life. That was totally real life. Hi, Mona. Yes, that was totally unscripted, real life. And I said, and honey, the worst of it is you're sitting there like an ape walking past. I'm like, anyway, I gotta stop making myself. I'm gonna make myself pee on myself. And that will now be the AI life. Oh my God. Yeah. Gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't mean to say that. I was hoping it is for calling them swimming trunks. He's into Speedos. We'll call it that. Oh my. I have to stop. But anyway, yes. So, hi, Sabrina Sows. Yes, crazy stuff happens on this channel first thing in the morning. Oh, at least he had his shorts on. My husband would have been in all his glory and I would have gotten a ding for sure. Oh, but the funny thing is, yeah. Okay, so we've saw honey. and then to make it funnier, I don't remember. I feel like it was you, Norma, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it was someone else. Someone commented, oh, your honey is so cute. You guys make such an adorable couple or something like that. And he says, well, it couldn't have been too bad. I got that I was adorable. We make an adorable couple. I was like, honey, I'm sure it was not for that reason. Oh, the laughs we got. And then my mom came over and we're hysterical because, you know, she just pops in now because she passes my house all the time when she has to go to the 2. And so she comes in and I'm dying of laughter. I show her. Oh my gosh. We were in stitches. In stitches. Oh. Yeah, he was definitely 100% covered. But it was just funny because I don't know. I just was in my own world. Okay. Now I have to go. It's 8:04. I'm 4 minutes late I have this time down. So it means I have 4 minutes less. I have to haul out here. All right, so everyone, with that said, my funny story of the day now, which probably will be a highlight. He was totally in his swimming trunks. Totally in his swimming trunks. Yeah, 100% was. Anyway, everyone, have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. If you didn't see what I was been working on, go replay, see what I'm working on. And with that said, I will see you all soon tomorrow. If you wouldn't mind giving me the thumbs up on the way out, I would also appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. Bye.